These are the LEGO Mini Marvel modular sets I want to see number 3. So we finally made it to number 3, the Baxter building. I think this one's inevitable. Obviously they're going to make a Baxter building. Now whether or not they make a mini version first or an actual bigger module version first is that's kind of what we're waiting to see, but I think it's very reasonable. I know that they've been kind of focusing on Spider-Man, but considering how tied the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man are, I think it's inevitable that they make one. Now, first off, obviously we'll get Fantastic Four. I would really like this kind of axle torso thing. I would love to get that. I would love to get Mr. Fantastic with some actual stretchy pieces, as effect pieces. Obviously, a Flame on Johnny would be really cool. Now, I do think getting a little Herbie as a side build would be cool, not actually a minifigure. And then the Fantastic Car, I think that'd be a great side build. Now, moving on to villains. A lot of you are probably expecting, the typical Doctor Doom, Mole Man, maybe a Giganto build. No. There's only one group of villains that the Baxter building needs. The Frightful Four. Now, if you do not know who the Frightful Four are, I implore you to go do some research after this video is over, because the Frightful Four is such an interesting group of villains. And if you don't know, there's over 20 iterations of this team. Now, when this group originally formed, it was actually to take on the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man. See, the original lineup consisted of the Wizard, which is kind of like your Mr. Fantastic stand-in, and then Paste Pot Pete, which would later be known as the Trapster, Medusa, the Inhuman Medusa, by the way. Yes, she actually got amnesia, and the Wizard was able to recruit her on the first iteration of the team. And Sandman, that's right, Spider-Man's Sandman was a part of the original Frightful Four. Now, if you've been watching my other videos, you might have remembered me talking about the construction site and getting a Wrecking Crew. The Wrecking Crew was part of a version of the Frightful Four. The Frightful Four is just such an interesting group. If you go and look up the different iterations of the team, there's been so many. Electro's been part of it. Hydro Man's been part of it. There's even been versions of the Frightful Four that have actually fought and assisted the Fantastic Four. It's just such an interesting group. Getting the Frightful Four, though, would be just absolutely perfect. This is the kind of group that I would want in a Baxter building. Obviously, we're going to be getting a Doctor Doom figure at some point next year because of Doomsday. Give us something just out of left field. But those are just my opinions. Let me know down below what you think, and make sure you stick around for number 2.